Hey everybody, Mitch here. We're going to do another edition of Walkthrough Wednesday. We're going to start out, we're going to come over here and talk to Chris Huzzy about what he's got going out here. Chris, what we got here?
Two freshly built 426 short blocks headed to Steve White Motorsports. And as soon as this truck gets here, we're going to load him up, send him on his way.
Now what size are these things?
426, I already said it one time.
Oh, sorry, missed it. Now we're going to walk over here and check out this DS Ram that's going together over here. As y'all have probably seen, this truck's been here for a while, finally starting to get a few parts coming in. You can see we're still waiting on a upgraded fuel system for this thing. It's a 426 build with a 2.9 Whipple on it, upgraded transmission. Like I said, we're waiting on a fuel system, long tube headers for truck. It's a lot easier to do these trucks by lifting the body off of it. And of course, since we had to get into the fuel tank, it's a lot easier just to take the bed off rather than to drop the fuel cell. All right, next we're going to go over here and we're going to talk to Sparky. He's doing a supercharger install on a 15 Centennial Edition Challenger. Okay, Spark, what's going on? We was talking about you just a second ago. What you got going on here?
I'm installing a Magnuson supercharger on this Challenger, doing a 700 horsepower package at the crank.
Now, does any kind of upgrades need to be done to this to do this install?
It'd be a good idea to go ahead and put a aftermarket catch can on it, but other than that, the kit the Magnuson sends has everything that comes along with it that you need.
So no exterior modifications, whatever, other than the intercooler and whatnot, no fuel pump or nothing?
No.
Cool.
It's all bolt on.
All bolt on, 700 horse. So Sparky, I heard when this thing come in, it had a little bit of incident going on.
Yeah, from what I was told, he had a run-in with a trash panda, which is a, in Virginia is raccoon. But yeah, he damaged the AC condenser and the radiator support, so we're gonna go ahead and fix that damage while it's here.
Okay guys and gals, here we have a 15 Hellcat with a 4.5 liter Whipple setup and an aftermarket fuel system. This car is going to be a really good candidate for our E85 Flex Fuel tuning, something we've been working stringently here at Petty's Garage on. What that does, it allows you to put E85 in your car or E10 gasoline. The computer will adjust accordingly to whatever comes up the fuel line. This allows you to get the added horsepower and add the timing and all that to get your engine to run at its peak with very little to no consequences. Okay guys, I know you've seen the Chevelle in Walkthrough Wednesdays a lot before now. We're to a new point on this car. We have just recently got in the tires for this car. We got a 275 35 18 for the front and a 355 30 19 for the rear. What we'll be doing is we'll take a tool, put it inside the wheel, bolt it to the car. That way we can allow us to get the right offsets on the wheel that we need in order to allow it to turn and clearance everything in the fender well. And we're back in the Chevelle again. This is something we just got finished up on it and it's really nice and cool. Get everything fired up here. So you can see we got a double DIN Alpine radio and our 14-inch digital display for the gauges. This gauge cluster you can actually change and move gauges around, put different kinds of gauges, analog, digital, whatever you want. Very customizable for the customer. Okay, we'll come over here and talk to our staff here, and no, that's not the infection he has. What we got going on, Todd?
Got a rear bar here ready to weld up.
Ready to weld up. This is our traditional X bar. We have a single bar that complements this if that's what you like, and we have a new bar coming out in the next couple of days. It will be a single bar with a higher bar in it, so it actually gives you a little bit more of your trunk space back. Okay guys, here we are in the shipping department. As you can see, we've got several bars ready to go out to customers, and even remember me talking about the pink one? There it is. As you can see, we've got the X bars up here, and I'm gonna touch on what we was talking about, the new bar. Here's the traditional single bar. We've added this bar to them to give it a little bit more strength, and that way you still have your trunk space underneath it. As you can see, they're getting ready to put the finishing touches on the Richard Petty Signature Series there, and these bars will be available starting now. Go to pettys-garage.com to get them. Fred, how's it going, Fred?
Great.
What are you doing today?
Actually cutting rings.
Cutting rings. I don't have mine on today.
Okay. I'll tell you from here, Mitch. It's like wrestling. I'll tell you.
Okay, we're up here in the motor room with Fred now. Fred, what's going on?
File fitting rings.
File fitting rings now.
Otherwise known as cutting rings.
Cutting rings. Now, the rings go on the pistons right there, the Oliver pistons. Fred, why is it important to get your ring gaps right?
Too tight of ring gaps equals engine failure. They will butt and create heat and scuff the pistons.
Okay, so with normally aspirated versus supercharged engines, is there a difference in ring gaps?
Any kind of power adder, you add more gap to it.
Just so that they don't butt together and pop a ring land, right?
Correct.
10
Rule of thumb, what we're going to be doing, 7.5 to 8 thousandths per inch of bore.
10-4.
So with our bore size and stuff, we're shooting for 29 to 30 thousandths on the ring gap.
That's about the spark plug gap too, right?
It's very simple. I'll take it from here, Mitch. But you just grind them, you check them, grind them over here on the ring grinder, the handy dandy ring grinder, and take a small feeler gauge and you check your work. Our ring gap's like 15 thousandths here. What we'll do is go over here to the grinder and just grind off. All right, first, go in and move the ring up and pinch it together and pull it out. Fire it up and watch your indicator. Deburr a bit. Get some burrs off so it doesn't scratch the seal in the wall. Alright, you'll pinch the ring back together and slide it in there and take a ring squaring tool. That way you make sure you're perpendicular to the bore.
So what is it there, Fred?
Right now it's 28 thousandths, so we got to go back to the ring grinder and just give it a little bit of a bump to get our numbers where we want them.
1,000ths from perfection. Okay, guys, we're going to finish up here walkthrough Wednesday with a little bit of behind the scenes here at Petty's Garage. Here we have Jerry, the parts manager. What are you working on, Jerry?
I'm actually working on that crate motor that you're installing in the El Camino.
We're ordering this big block for the Chevrolet. What all do you do here?
I order all the parts for everything from the internal engines to supplies that the guys need here at the shop to keep everything running, keep them safe, as well as cleaning supplies.
So you do a little bit of everything, jack of all trade.
Yes, sir. Do the receiving as well.
10-4. Well, there you have it, guys. Walkthrough Wednesday is in the books. Thanks to Jerry here.
Thank you. I appreciate you.